Alright. So where were we? Right. So last time we ended, we found out that our main character, Minakuchi Yuza, is actually also an immortal. Dun dun dun. 5 years ago, I think, he was saved and blessed by a mermaid. Was it just 5 years ago though? Because I thought immortality makes it so they don't age. Maybe we'll get more information on that. Let's hop in. I hope the sound's okay. Let me know if it's too loud or too quiet. I'll try my best to readjust it. Okay, I forgot the voice I gave him. It's been 1 week since the night Kamishima was struck by a tragic storm of mysterious attacks. 1 week? Wait, we're actually continuing on that path? Wow. Okay. All in all, it resulted in 16 casualties, 7 missing, and 20 buildings totally or partially destroyed. A horrific calamity. It caused a huge stir when news broke out about what happened. The culprit responsible for the massacre is still unknown, and the investigation is still ongoing. I went diving this morning for the first time since that day. No one's taking their boats out right now, so it's just a short dive from the shore. Oh my goodness. We'll come back to it. Sometimes I think about the plans we all made to have fun here. I wonder how that would have gone if things hadn't turned out the way they did. I guess there's no point in thinking about that now, though. I wasn't expecting us to continue down this plotline. I would have thought things were too out of control. Let's ignore the 2 elephants in the beach right now. We still don't know who the culprit behind the massacre, the so-called assassin, was. The investigation is proceeding under the assumption that it was one of the people who went missing that night. But it seems like it's not making much progress. Among other things, they're having to conduct it behind closed doors so word doesn't get out that it was caused by a curse. Many people tried to escape the island by sea that night, but most of them ended up getting caught in the storm and going missing. Could the culprit behind the massacre have been among them? The same night as the attack on Kamishima, a massive storm caused by the curse of the raging waves broke out in the sea to the south of the island. It seems the bronze mirror my mom left wasn't enough to hold back the curse by itself after all. Many of those who attempted to flee the island by boat were caught in the storm and were still missing. The storm descended on Kamishima soon afterward, and the island was swept by harsh winds and lashing rain for 3 days straight. No one was able to leave their homes, and it caused blackouts and landslides across the island. Several buildings were also destroyed. Everyone is made painfully aware just how fearsome the curse of the raging waves is. Combined with the horror of the massacre, the entire ordeal has left a deep scar on those who remain. There's so an eerie rumbling coming from the sea, but no one knows when another storm might strike again. Everyone here is still too on edge to take their boats out to fish, and the ferry service to the island is currently suspended as well. Naturally, no one paid me any mind when I headed out to dive today. I don't have much to show for my dives today. My catch has been pretty pitiful, to say the least. Looks like I really am hopeless without Azumi. Azumi and Tsukasa's bodies were found in front of the lighthouse. There's no way of knowing what happened to them now. But I'm told Azumi was found collapsed on top of Tsukasa, as though he tried to protect her to the very end. I wouldn't have expected anything less from him. The pair from Tokyo had apparently come to Kamishima to try and find a way to dispel the curse of the raging waves. They were extremely regretful about failing to stop the storm, and went around apologizing to everyone in its wake. It seems they're still planning to find a solution, and I've asked for my cooperation. The storm struck before we could even mourn those who were killed, and left the town in tatters. Things are barely functioning right now. Everyone is somehow managing to get by on the aid we're receiving, but it's apparently going to take years to fully rebuild. Some people fled Kamishima the moment they could, citing what happened as proof of some sort of divine punishment. But most of those who stayed are already trying to put their tragedy behind them and look to the future. They managed to get back on their feet 5 years ago, so I'm sure they'll be fine this time too. Although they've been bombarded by accusations and demands to take responsibility, the Wakamura have been busy doing what they can. Following news reports on the calamity, there was an uptick in unsavory rumors that Kamishima is cursed in some way. But perhaps because of the current occult craze, a bunch of people have expressed interest in visiting once all the restoration work's done. The mail order service for souvenirs that was set up to help fund recovery efforts have been flooded with orders. Unable to bear the tragedy that had befallen Kamishima, Shiranami Sato apparently gave herself over to the assassin and left the island with them. I don't know if whoever sent the assassin got what they wanted in the end. I'm probably never coming back. But either way, they took any chance of my seeing her again with them. Well, unlocked past recollection chapter, Yuli. I doubt I'll never meet her again. Time to address them. After all that happened, I'm once again the only one left alive. I don't know if alive is the right word. I did get my cut off once by the curse after all. To be honest, I don't have it in me to care anymore. I couldn't fulfill what I set out to do, despite swearing I'd see it through. I have nothing left. It seems my fate is in the hands of that pair from Tokyo now. I don't know what they have planned for me, but whatever it is, I intend to accept it. Honestly, it wasn't that bad that I took that long break, because they pretty much filled us in on what happened. Thank you, everyone, for everything. Goodbye. Oh. Okay. That's quite a sad chapter. Oh, that was used as bad air. Oh! Why is this here? At the start of his story. Approximately 1 month ago. Having only just returned home to Kamishima, Minakachi Yuza goes to the roof of the Kantakisho ruins for some time alone, only to find Shiranami Sato Day. What the hell? Okay. July. Huh? There is someone already here? How unusual. Whoa, you scared me. Darn, I didn't think anyone else would come here. Oh, I take it I'm not welcome? I didn't think there'd be anyone else up here either. So that makes two of us. So, who are you? I'm Minakuchi Yuza. I recently moved back to Kamishima. Ah. So you're that old friend of Tsukasa's, was it? Why is she giving him that stare? Yep, I don't think we've spoken before. You're Shiranami Sato, right? Wakanura-san's relative? Nice to meet you. Wait, how do you know who I am? That's kinda creepy. You're pretty much the talk of the town. I'm sure almost everyone here knows who you are. Is that so? I'd rather not stand out. It's a small island. Word spreads quick about who comes and goes. Sorry, but could you leave me be? I don't feel like talking to anyone. I see. Well, I just came here to enjoy the view alone. I'll just be over here looking at the sea, so I won't be a bother. That work for you? Fine. I wasn't expecting her to act like this. Coming here always helps clear my head. Now then, I'm back here after quitting work after 3 months. I went to a boarding school on the mainland for high school, so it's been about 3.5 years since I actually lived on Kamishima. Nothing's changed. It's almost as if time itself has stopped here. You could say that's one of the good things about living on an isolated island like this. But for me, that means it's just as uncomfortable as ever. Ever since the disaster 5 years ago, people here haven't exactly been subtle about avoiding me. Maybe as good a time as any to start seriously looking into my mom. You can see all the way to Atsumi Peninsula from Aichi from here. I heard this observation post was originally made to oversee Irago on the opposite shore. So I guess it would make sense that it would be built somewhere with a clear view of the area. See all the way from Ise Bay out toward Enshu Sea from here. It's a great view. But that doesn't mean I want to share it with everyone. Thankfully, most of the islanders don't come up here that often. So I sometimes come here to unwind. There are a lot of reefs in the area, and the tide is strong, so it can make for tough sailing. But from here, it looks as tranquil as can be. Oh, the music. We're just gonna ignore her. That's what she wants anyway. They built a rest spot for any tourists who come up here, but it doesn't seem much use. The processing plant I worked at wasn't a bad place or anything, but working there didn't feel that fulfilling either. I just happened to come across it when I was looking for a job. I've never really been sure what I want to do with my life. But Zami has always had a clear goal of becoming a fisherman. To be honest, I always felt jealous about that. After losing my parents in the disaster 5 years ago, people not only began to avoid me, they avoided talking about my mom as well. At some point, I honestly began to wonder if there was much point in me being alive. I've only made it this far because of my gran and Azami. I could never forgive myself I made the two of them sad. They're the only reason I'm still here, drifting through life. Not that there's much else I can do here. I've got to find some work here soon, so they don't worry about me. I've always been good at swimming, so I've actually been thinking about ama diving as an option. I haven't gone swimming since the disaster, but I wonder if Gran would be happy if I followed in her footsteps and became an ama diver. Maybe I'll start looking into it in secret. Though I'd only be able to do it during the diving season, so I'd still have to find something else. I originally came back here to take care of Gran after her injury, but her conditions improved a lot recently. She can walk around by herself now, and has even been handling the cleaning and laundry. I wouldn't be surprised if she said she was planning to go back to diving. Kamishima women sure are made of sterner stuff. I'm still worried about her. You never know what could happen after all. It seems she's been watching a lot of TV recently, perhaps because she's had to spend a lot of time at home. She seems a bit bummed that she doesn't have anyone to talk about her shows though. Azami was really happy to hear that I was coming back to Kamishima. He even helped make sure my return would go as smoothly as possible. I can't thank him enough. He's a true friend. Oh, speaking of, I gotta check on the mockingbirds. Okay, I didn't miss any. On top of that, he's hardworking and kind. It's easy to see why so many people here like him. But he's involved in a bunch of stuff around the island now, so he's much busier than he used to be. It goes without saying we can't mess around like we used to anymore. Tsukasa's also put some distance between herself and us since she started high school. I guess she's a bit self-conscious about things now. I miss hanging out with her, but maybe this is a part of growing up. Still, there's no exaggeration that it's all thanks to Azami that I'm able to live here like this. We got him! No, it's kidding. I won't do anything to let him down. Right then. Time to think of how to make my own way through life from now on. Sure, I have plenty of time, but I don't want to be a burden for any longer than I have to be. On the contrary, if there's some way for me to make a graceful exit and draw the curtains on it all, maybe that would be for the best. The same thought's been lurking in my mind ever since that day. What's the point in living if I'm just gonna cause trouble for Gran and Azami? I guess we have to talk to... Huh? Why are you looking at me? I love how the music stopped as soon as we see her, too. Whoa, when did she get there? Made you jump, didn't I? You did! Of course you did! Anyone would be startled by someone sneaking up on them like that. At least you admit it. You can consider that payback for before. Anyway, did you need something? Oh, right. I can't focus with someone else around after all, so I want you to leave. Huh? You leave? No, you're the one who should leave. It's fate. An immutable law of the universe that was decided tens of thousands of years ago. Oh, really? I was here first, though. Isn't first come, first served also an immutable law of the universe? That's true. Okay, fine. I'll leave. Huh? You caved a lot faster than I expected. Still, I kind of feel bad for chasing you off like this. So, you can have this Kamishimaru keychain I picked up over there as well. Pushing random stuff you picked off the ground On to others now, huh? Still, who could have thrown such a cute keychain away? Nah, you didn't do anything wrong, but since you're offering... Okay. I'll be on my way as promised then. Sorry for the interruption. Sure. Huh? I see. So that's how it is. There's something wrong? Oh no, I was just thinking. It must be pretty rough. Yep, pretty rough, alright. So she knew from way back then? It's none of my business though. Bye. Whoa. How am I supposed to walk away after saying cryptic stuff like that? Vague posting queen? But if no answers are forthcoming, I'll simply have to be on my way. Later. Huh. It was a more simple interaction than I expected. Kinda felt like a meet cute. I don't know if I should ship them or not. He is quite obsessed with his army. I wonder if immortals can have children. But that's besides the point. Descendant and duty. The Tamatabako, a treasure required to obtain immortality. Avi assumes that the descendant of Taishima, whom Ikoma knows, has inherited it. He tries to scheme a way to meet them. Let's hop in here. Toba City, Ichika Town. Yes, thank you for the summary. Very helpful for a guy like me. Hello again. Arnav Barnum's back on the scene. Allow me to summarize. As expected, Ikoma contacted us today, telling us we'd have to wait a little longer before we could meet the descendant. Thus, figuring he had no intention of letting us meet her anyway, we decided to use Cersei's ability to go looking for the descendant ourselves. Who exactly are you talking to? I'm merely setting the scene. Really feels like it raises the stakes, no? Makes it feel more like a thrilling adventure. Sure, you've got me all worked up. But I'm trying to concentrate, so could you please stop distracting me? Oh, right. Sorry. First things first. There needs to be like a Mockingbird shortcut or something. Okay, no bugs. Cersei is using her Dowsing ability to search for the descendant right now. What's that? Doesn't her Dowsing only let us look for spiritual energy? And on top of that, doesn't she have to be familiar with the energy she's looking for? That's right. I was thinking the same thing. However, Cersei was perfectly prepared. Before parting with Ikoma yesterday, she asked him to hand the iron box to the descendant when he paid her a visit. She said the descendants ought to have it, since it is so deeply connected to Taishima's history. Ikoma agreed on the matter and would apparently go through with it, assuming he did hand it over. Then the iron box with its massive amount of spiritual energy has fallen right into the lap of our target. Now Cersei just has to use her Dowsing to locate the box. At least that's the plan. However, her Dowsing's range is limited. With the spiritual energy the iron box possesses, its range is probably just 2 to 3 kilometers. So we have to narrow down the target area somewhat before starting our search. What the? So, any idea where we might start looking for the descendant? I think Ikoma-san said something about visiting her several times before she finally agreed to talk, didn't he? He did, which would mean that she's a difficult person. In other words, she's a difficult person to deal with. Well, yes. Ikoma-san did say as much, but that doesn't relate to her location. Dang it! What I meant is that if he visits her several times, wouldn't that mean she doesn't live too far from here? Oh, right. I see what you mean. So, I think it'd be best to start by searching the towns within Toba. I see. But there are quite a few towns in the area, right? About that, when we parted yesterday, Ikoma-san mentioned something else that stuck with me. When you asked to meet the descendant, he said he'd probably drop by later anyway, since he also had to handle the matter with Suma-san. Oh, right. He did say that. So basically, the descendant lived close to Suma. He said it like he would drop by while he was in the area, so they'd likely live close to one another. Yes, I was thinking the same. Those towns with many armor divers are top candidates. So that means we should probably start by searching all over the towns in Toba that are home to a lot of armor divers. That's right. We can make our way up by searching along the coast with Stardust. It'd be nice if we at least learned the descendant's name. We might have a lead on that. Think of your research into the past of this place. Oh, right. I believe the name was... Fuck, it's been too long. Okay. Let's look up Tashima. Here. Is it Mara mean a creature? No. I mean, it's her... Did it say it was her sister? Gotta refamiliarize myself with the names. Somikawa. Oops. I don't know what that means. Somikawa. That's what Taishima's survival was called. If there are any descendants, then they may still bear the name. That's right. It's another clue we can follow. Well, thank God I remembered that. And so, we ended up spending the morning traveling along the coast from one fishing town to another. This is the 4th town we searched so far. It's about time we actually found something. Well then, perhaps it's time I checked in with Cersei to see how things are going. It's the town of Ichika in Koba City. The area is one of many in the area renowned for its armored divers. Anyone behind us? Okay, yes now. Yes, that's all. Cersei is completely focused on dowsing right now. There are several types of dowsing techniques. It seems like she's using a pendulum. It would seem that the necklace she wears can be used for such a purpose. The closer you get to the target, the stronger the pendulum swings. So, Cersei, what's the situation? Huh. Want to give it a try? She's letting us play the minigame? Oh, really? It'll still work if it's me. I'll still be holding the pendulum, but you can see for yourself if you like. Color me intrigued, I'm in! Alright, just like this. I'll hold the pendulum. Direct me to move in different directions to see where it reacts. Very well, bring it on! Okay. The pendulum won't respond right away, so the trick is to point it in one direction and wait a while. Oh, Paladin! Thank you so much for the raid, welcome in, how's it going? Good evening, everyone. How's it going? How's it going? What are you up to? You got cooked? What happened? What chapter are you on? I lost 7 units in 2 chapters? I thought you were playing with resets. Oh god, my face. 1819? Welcome in, Mr. McCrazy. Which chapter is that? I don't remember by number. Nah, though I did reset when I came over. Oh, the bone one. That one's rough. Did you at least rescue Lyndon? Please say yes. Please say you didn't kill him. Yeah, I didn't realize the cannons on the other ships are different cannons. Oh, so you're getting blasted the whole time? You got 2 units killed trying to save. That's so tragic. Yeah, he's so funny, dude. Just like a random old man you can get near the end of the game. He's such a funny guy. Yeah, that chapter is rough. Fire Emblem is known for its difficult boat maps. Wait, so you've been doing an Iron Man the whole time on hard mode, right? I thought you were like rewinding and saving everyone. Damn. And you lost like 7 dudes in that one chapter, or did you reset and things didn't happen anymore? What units are you using? What's your team looking like? I only rewind if I lose a chapter. So like if you lose a Lear or something, or I guess if you lose too many. I gotcha. I do think Engage is a pretty good game to do an Iron Man. I feel like the characters you get later are better than the ones you start with. Sword Master Finette and Great Knight Freya. What made you to do that? Finette is a fucking good character though. How'd you decide on Sword Master? They just keep getting nuts level ups? I feel that. You're not using Pandreo? Finette's also cracked brother? What happened to your Kagetsu? Her stats are so good for Sword Master. She's probably fast as fuck. I'm surprised you didn't keep her in her Ace class. Never used him? Finette was just him but better? Oh, Kagetsu? You're crazy for that. Kagetsu's stats are insane, but you know, you do you. Whatever you're having fun with. You're not using Pandreo? I think Pandreo is freaking cracked. I mean, not just think, I know. He's there. They're just like they're just along for the ride. Is your Alir washed? He's no Fram. You made your Fram a great knight somehow. Okay, yeah. Alir, like the thing about Alir is that he's a utility character. Since he's like the dragon class, he gets like nuts abilities from the different emblems, but he's not gonna be like your carry. It sounds like you're having a bad time if you only have like 2 usable characters, but I'm sure you can still finish the game. See my Fram on the boat nap? She just killed the whole left side by herself? Jesus. What the fuck? Are Great Knights actually good? Am I sleeping on Great Knights? I honestly think the Great Knight class is bad. I've never used it in Engage. Maybe she's just rolling with raw stats. Great Knights are good. Lost 3 units fighting on the right. The main issue is being weak to anti-cav and armor. Yeah. They have 2 weaknesses and they have low movement. I do like the emblem bonuses that you get for cavalry there. What rings are you using? What rings do you got on them? The generals are fast for some reason. Yeah, they're a lot more bulky. They got good stats. I just can't get over that movement. You're not using DLC, right? Oh, you do have DLC. 3 houses strings that I don't really understand. Should probably give her a different one. I think you should keep it. She gets like a bonus on like weapons she's using. I think you get like +5 damage if you're using axes, lances, or bows. You don't use the engage effects? Dude! I can't remember them all. You know you can... Alright, I'm gonna tell you how to use the Edelgard ring, the 3 houses ring. So, what you're supposed to do on there, your Fram has cracked defense, right? So, you go in and then you use Amir, the Edelgard axe. If you remember that. Oh, I don't think you finished 3 houses. But Amir lets you move again after attacking. So it's like Gale Force from It's like Gale Force from Awakening. So you go engage, use Amir, attack with that, and then yeah, she probably has really low build, but I think it's usually it should be fine. So you use Amir, and then you can use the engage attack right away. The one with like the triple, where the 3 houses leaders join in or whatever. So she's like kills like 2 guys on one, like with a single turn. I think you have the Byleth ring already. If you use the Byleth ring next to the Edelgard ring, you get like a bonus. I forgot what it was. What the hell does it do? Byleth and Edelgard engage. Why is it so hard to find what it does? I think it gives you an extra move or something. I don't remember. But yeah, the 3 houses ring is pretty cracked. What are you using on Panette? Is the AoE dance? Yeah, but like you get a special bonus if you use the 3 houses engaged next to Byleth. The Lin Ring? Okay. Yeah, the Lin Ring might be the best ring in the game, just because it has Speed Taker on it. So your Panette basically gets like infinite speed for killing people. Yeah, that sounds about right. But oh yeah, I guess I should introduce myself. Thank you again, No Name, for the raid. For those who don't know who I am, my name is Artsounds. I do the arts and I make the sounds. And today we're playing Paranormasight, The Mermaid's Curse. It's a sequel to the first Paranormasight. Also produced by Square Enix. It's a visual novel, a horror visual novel. And we're about to do some dowsing. Yeah, your crit probably goes crazy. Yeah, if you need to head out and take care of yourself, don't mind me. And thank you again for the raid, No Name. God, I love Engage. I can talk about it forever. I've been fiending to play some more Fire Emblem. I've been doing a lot of FE6 off stream. I don't know why. That's kind of like a comfort game for me. Once you find the spot where it reacts the strongest, just shout that you figured it out. Got it. When it comes to yelling, I'm your guy. Okay. So let's look for some spiritual energy. Apparently if we found it, the pendant should start swinging like crazy. That chapter 19 boss guy with Nosferatu, Brave Lance with 30 in both defenses and 20 speed. Oh, you're talking about Gris? That's wait, no. Oh, you're talking about Mavier, right? Yeah, the cavalry guy. Yeah, with the Micaiah ring. Yeah, and then he starts like warping dudes into you. That map is really fun. Did you check out the houses? I love it when they use the ring skills on you. I lost a unit to 1. That's so sad. I'm sorry to hear that. It's fucking funny though. Like at the start of the chapter, they tell you that, oh, there's like all the civilians have turned into monsters. It's a lost cause, but you can still check out the houses anyways, and then you get jump scared. Yeah. Oh. Wait. Is this it? Whoa. It's gotta be here, right? Hey, you, welcome. Whoa! Look at it go! I found it! There. Right there. Hey, how's it going? I hope you're having a great day. Welcome in. What games have you been up to? Going okay? That's good, that's good. Did you have work today? You got it! So that means it's somewhere up there. Oh, you've been playing Metaphor. I hope that's been fun. I had a great time with Metaphor. My PC's being fixed? Oh no! I hope it gets fixed soon. So you can continue playing it. I really like Metaphor. I'm excited to see where the series goes. But yeah, we're looking for some mermaids. That's what's happening in the story right now. Haven't been able to do things lately, but chill. I see. Did you finish Code Vein too? I think you were playing that as well, right? It may still be a bit further out, but at least we figured out what direction to go. I knew it was about time we hit the right spot. Alright, let's follow this thing and see where it leads us. Oh, you did finish it? That's cool. I reckon it's a rather short game then. But yeah, if we catch up on the plot, to explain it really quickly, this guy on the right here, he's like a famous writer, and this is like his cousin, who's like a witch or something, and they've come all the way to Japan in search of evidence of mermaids and stuff like that. Mermaid treasure. Oh, there's a true ending as well. I've never played Code Vein, but the character customization looks interesting. Right. Where are we headed? This is it. It's the apartment furthest back on this building's ground floor. Got it. Hello? Anybody home? Wow. You don't hesitate, huh? We're here on behalf of Ikoma-san. No answer. Guess no one's home. No, I can sense a presence. Hello? We'd like to talk about the iron box. What is it? Ah, you two. Avi and Cersei, is it? So you're the ones who found that iron box. Yes, that's right. You know, I've never talked to foreigners before. I'm so nervous. I can hardly think straight. Please, no need to be tense, Miss Somekawa. I promise we're both harmless and cheerful. Right. Ooh. So this is Somekawa-san's home. Even with the lights on, it's strangely dark inside. Even though it's daytime, the shutters are kept tightly shut. You can hardly hear any noise from outside either. At a quick glance, I can't spot anything that looks like a Tame tobacco in the room. I suppose it makes sense you wouldn't just keep it out in the open. Small room. She was more willing to meet us than expected. That iron box proved more useful than I thought. Nice work, Cersei. I'll treat you to some more onigiri senbei later. She may look calm on the outside, but I know she must be excited to peek inside her traditional Japanese home. Well, a wooden apartment like this is pretty old school. I can see why she'd be geeking out. So she's a descendant of the last Taishima survivor. The way she dresses makes her look older, but I'd say she's probably around my age. I thought she'd be difficult to deal with, but now that we've actually met her, I'd say it's more like she's extremely cautious, the type to never let her guard down. I can't even begin to imagine the kind of life she's led. Still, the fact that she's wearing traditional clothing is actually quite charming. I'd hardly seen anyone wearing traditional clothes since coming to Japan, which was a bit of a shock, to be honest. Oops. I'm so glad we got a chance to talk to her. Allow me to emphasize what an honor it is to meet a descendant of Taishima. Who's to say it's even true? I suppose your family must have lived in this town for generations? No, I moved here a couple years back. Oh, why is that? That's got nothing to do with the two of you. Fair enough. Then if you don't mind me asking, do you have any other family or relatives, Somikawa-san? Why? Apologies. I was merely wondering if there are any other descendants. Dunno. But I'm probably the only one left. That too will come to an end soon enough. Oh, what do you mean by that? No more than what I said. Huh. So, do you live here by yourself, Somikawa-san? That's right. Doesn't speak much. Where exactly did you come across the iron box? I followed this map that was in my family's possession. Supposedly it was left behind by the Onmyoji who sealed away the curse of Taishima. A map, you say? It led us to the iron box. It must have been resting at the bottom of Issei Bay. Since it's such a valuable artifact deeply connected to Taishima's lost history, we felt we absolutely had to tell you about it, Somikawa-san. Oh, yeah. If I might say so, I noticed your interest in the iron box. Could it be you already knew of its existence? I didn't know it was a box, but I'd been told something still remained of the island. That makes sense. Speaking of that box, I don't suppose there was something inside. Yes, inside was a record detailing how Taishima was destroyed, along with information on the curse of the raging waves. A record. Oh, allow me to fill you in on the details. And that sums it up. Such a horrid man, wouldn't you say? Massacring the people of Taishima because he wanted to find a mermaid that bad. The grudges left behind by the events coalesced into two separate curses, and ultimately, Taishima was destroyed along with everything else. It sure must be excruciating to hear the tale of how your ancestors' home was destroyed. But I believe this story should be passed down, so people can learn of Taishima's true history. Wouldn't you agree? And that was all recorded in that box. By the way, you may consider this the curious whims of a fantasy author, but would you be able to elucidate me on some of the stories that have been passed down in your family? Now I get it. You also came here because you want to ask about mermaids. Yeah. I think it's best to be honest, right? You got me. Alright, you got me there. It's true. But can't you blame me? As a fantasy author, it is in my blood. If mermaids truly do exist, then I must sate my curiosity. I knew it. Whatever your motives, you're not getting the Tamata Bako. I'm not falling for one of Ikoma's schemes. Yay! I wonder if that was the right answer. Probably not. I'm not gonna share the family's legends of Taishima with just anyone. And that was all recorded in that box. Did you just say that Ikoma is after the Tamatabako? Oh, so you didn't know? Well, he is. That's exactly why he hid it somewhere. No one will ever find it. I see. It must be very precious to you then. Well, I'm relieved that iron box found its way to you then. So, was there a cursed stone inside the iron box? What? Don't play dumb. There must have been one. Well, I think now we lie. So earlier we told her the truth and then she withheld information from us. I think we lie here. Whatever do you mean? Cursed stone. I've never heard of such a thing. What is it? Well, if there wasn't one then, I've got nothing else to tell you. Get out of here. Did I fuck up? I'm sorry. I remembered. There was a cursed stone in the box after all. I knew it. Then how about a trade? You two want the Tamatabako, don't you? Oh, a trade. Wow, don't tell me. Do we actually give her the cursed stone? That actually would explain some things, huh? I didn't think we'd be going this far out. You certainly shook me when you said we had to take a boat all of a sudden. To think that the Tamatabako would be hidden at sea. What an incredible plot twist. My apologies. I guess that's just the writer in me coming through. This is all too thrilling. You sure can talk. Oh, believe it or not, I'm actually holding back. I can actually go on and on at great length when I get started. That wasn't praise. There's nowhere to run on an island. No matter where you go, someone's always near. It's always too loud, grating on the ears. See though, once you get this far out, it's nice and quiet. Nothing but the sound of the waves. No talking, no irritating folk or commotion. Only fish swimming without a sound. This is fine. Stop the boat. Is she gonna dive? We're somewhere off the coast of Toba City, accompanied only by the sound of the waves and the cries of the seabirds. She really had the Tamatabako here, in a place with no landmarks whatsoever. And if it's at the bottom of the ocean here, how are we supposed to retrieve it? Samakawa-san used to be an armor diver. We should be planning to go down and get it herself. I can't shake the feeling that there's something behind me. A butterfly? I've come all this way out here, to the middle of the sea on Samakawa-san's request. This boat can only carry 2 people, so I left Cersei to watch the shore. Given that Ikoma is after the Tamatabako as well, he might try to interfere if he learns of this. So Cersei is keeping an eye out to make sure he doesn't try to follow us. It's reassuring to have some backup. She looks so solemn. I wonder what's going through her mind. Not going to lie, I'm a little concerned she still hasn't told me the conditions of our trade. Well, she asked me to trade her the cursed stone. So will you tell me what you want me to trade for the Tamatabako now? You've got the Forsaken Fish cursed stone with you, right? Sure do. Have a good look. The Forsaken Fish Curse Stone. Look like it's the real deal, alright. We really don't know what it does. It's a magic stone that allows you to curse someone and turn them into a fish. And, of course, during the transformation, they'll also die. So, it's a pretty powerful curse. We want to trade the stone for the Tama Tobacco, right? Figured as much. It's an explanation why there's so many so-called mermaid sightings around the place. It's basically been people getting transformed into fishes and dying midway. Well, I'm fine with those terms. Let's do it. No, that ain't it. Oh, that ain't it. You know, I once had a sister. Her name was Somikawa Mare. You say you had a sister. Does that mean... Yes, she's gone. Died in an accident at sea about 5 years ago. I see. My condolences. So there actually was another descendant. You folks seem to be pinning your hopes on me, just because I'm one of the descendants. But the one who actually inherited our duty wasn't me. It was my sister. Your duty? That's right. The duty of the Taishima bloodline. It's been passed down in our family for generations. Even more, our generation would be the one to handle the 400th year since the disaster. My grandpa always said that was particularly important. So there was a duty Taishima's descendants were meant to perform after 400 years. But I was young back then. I still had dreams of my own. I wanted no part in some annoying duty, so I ran away from home the first chance I got. I pushed all that responsibility onto my sister, but I know I should have helped her. I see. So that's why your sister was the one who inherited that duty. This song. This duty you mentioned. Was it to break what remained of the curse of the raging waves? I suppose they were connected, but lifting the curse would have been a step along the road, but it wasn't the goal. Oh really? And what was it? Well, it was to return the mermaid that was left behind in Ise Bay to Ryugu. That was a real duty of the Taishima bloodline. Return the mermaid? Return a mermaid? So it's true! There really was a mermaid stuck in Ise Bay because she couldn't return to Ryugu. That's right. Her name was Sobae. Oh, she's come up in our research. So she was real after all. You see, my sister took on its family duty. It seems she actually met Sobae herself. She got to meet the mermaid! After leaving my hometown and making a living as an armor diver, I'd all but forgotten about the duty I'd left behind. I had no idea what our duty actually entailed. When I finally learned the truth, I was crushed by regret. Regret? Why? You know, ever since I was a little girl, I'd always been fascinated by mermaids. Understandable. I read The Little Mermaid so many times the pages of the book had started to wear away. I'd see them in my dreams over and over. Back then I wanted nothing more than to become a mermaid. It's what led me to become an armor diver in the first place. But the true nature of the family duty is only revealed to the one who inherits it. I see. What bitter irony. But couldn't you meet the mermaid after you learned the truth? My sister took pity on me and attempted to call her to meet me once in secret. My sister Mara even shared some of the things the mermaid had told her. But you know, Sobaya was a cautious mermaid who truly never opened her heart to anyone but my sister. Me, on the other hand, she avoided. I was never even allowed as much as a glimpse. Quite the bitter outcome. Mara and the mermaid had grown close as friends. They trusted each other. They were inseparable. But she never once showed herself to anyone other than my sister. Not even to a close relative like myself. No! My model passed away! My phone died. I don't really have a backup. Let me see. Were you when Arts was dead? Were you at phone? Welcome in, Thunderhog. Isn't it like hella late? Let me see. No. I'll probably end after we finish this chapter. React more about Tomikawa's sister? That's because I already figured that out. I was like, okay, yeah, I knew that. I could have sworn they mentioned that before. Or maybe I put the pieces together. Either way. Yeah, that's the first. That would be like the first time they say it out loud. At least like from her mouth, specifically as well. So she hid herself for 400 years. Was such caution really necessary? Your sister must have been an incredible person to earn the mermaid's trust. Though I can only imagine how hard it must have been to be rejected by an existence you so deeply admired and longed to meet. Well, if she didn't run away from her duties, that wouldn't have happened. Mari moved to Kamishima to be closer to Ryugu, all for the mermaid's sake. Then one day, she got married and changed her name to Minakuchi Mare. She seemed so happy. So she got married on Kamishima. I was so jealous. I couldn't think straight. I ended up lashing out pretty badly. In an attempt to destroy my sister's relationship with the mermaid, I grabbed our family heirloom and ran off. Ah, the infamous Tamate Bako, yes. Yeah. The mermaid was supposed to take it back to Ryugu, so our family had carefully kept it for centuries. And so the years went by. Then 5 years ago, I heard Mare had died in an accident. That's why I came back to Toba. I thought that maybe this meant the duty would be passed on to me. Of course. But by then our parents and all her relatives had already passed away. There was no one left who knew about our duty. There was nothing I could do. I didn't know a thing. Not where the mermaid was, nor how to call her. I'd given up. I wonder who the mermaid is, if we've seen her before. But while I was digging around, that man, Ikoma, found out I was a descendant of Taishima. You see, I was struggling to get by. I'd sold the information my sister had told me about the mermaid. Back then, I was making a living by giving folks a glimpse of the Tamatobako for a ridiculous price. And that brings us to the present, I suppose. I really want to click it. but I want to hear what she has to say. In other words, since your sister died in that accident, your family's duty was never fulfilled. And now you want us to go find the mermaid for you. That ain't it. Damn. I guess it must have been about 3 months ago. I was wandering the coast alone with the mermaid, so Bai appeared before me. Oh! You finally got to meet her! She told me this. The seal on Ryugu's gateway has been lifted, so I will be returning. Your sister has done a great deal for me. I now ask you to return the Tamatobako. Return the slab! Wait, what? The seal was lifted. Ah, is that perhaps why the curse of the raging waves became active again? So what about the Tamatobako? Did you return it to the mermaid? I was so overcome with emotion and excitement, I told her. I've hidden the relic. If you want it back, take me to Ryugu. You said what? Its reaction. Not being able to fulfill my duty had been weighing heavy on my heart. In that moment, the pain was gone. On top of that, I figured the mermaid had come to fetch me. Being able to visit the land of the mermaids. There'd be no greater happiness than that. But Sobai simply told me it wasn't possible, and that she'd forfeit the relic. And with that, she was gone. Oh. So the mermaid has already returned to Ryugu then. Ever since then, all I felt is despair and regret. I'm completely empty inside. There's nothing left. But then, the Tamatobako still exists, doesn't it? Sure does, but even with such a fancy name, in the end it's still just a grimy old box. I opened it once. I was hoping there'd be some elixir of eternal youth inside or something, but it was completely empty. I see. Even so, I'd still like to trade for it. Are you sure? I don't see why, but whatever. It's not like anything matters anymore. I'm just sick and tired of it all. Ah. In the end, I never did figure out what that Tamatobako really was. The mermaid forfeited it just like that. So maybe it never had any meaning to begin with. Before we discuss the trade, you take the time to listen to my story? Very well, I'm listening. My family's duty had been fulfilled. That's what I meant when it was all over. Oh, okay. I guess it's time to click the thing, right? I'm scared. What is that? It's the Persona guy. Damn it. Soba has already returned to Ryugu. Even so, I will not allow myself to give up now. I must get my hands on the Tamatobako first. Memory of you. No! It is... Oh, I was gonna say it is March, but it's not March anymore. Whoa! This is one of Cersei's abilities. A Shikigami. When someone's name is written on a piece of paper, she made the paper fly towards that person. They're great for delivering messages or tracking down someone. I was pretty spooked the first time I saw it, but I've gotten used to it. Okay, fine. I did just go, whoa, but not because I was actually surprised or anything. Is something wrong? It's nothing. Don't mind me. I wonder if something happened to Cersei. I'd better read the note. She's like dueling them on the surface right now. Let's take a look. Ran into 2 suspicious people looking for Somikawa-san. I drove them off for now, but be careful. Seems like something happened on Cersei's end. I'd better stay alert just in case. But I don't think I'll mention this to Somikawa-san. It'd only shake her up. Yeah, at that point in the story, I thought she was like being taken out here to get murdered or something. So, what do you want in return? I want to do whatever it takes to become a mermaid. Oh God, no! Dude! You're gonna fucking die. What are you talking about? Are you crazy? Don't look at me like that. Somikawa-san, don't tell me. You want me to use the cursed stone? Simply returning to the sea. That's my only wish. She's like a freaky mermaid girly. Never given up on that childhood dream. No, listen. There's nothing even remotely beautiful about the curse of the forsaken fish. Yeah, freaky fish girl. All it would do is turn you into some twisted half-fish monster. Nothing but a grotesque imitation of a mermaid. I know. That's fine with me. This curse is the essence of that mermaid's power. I'm ready to offer up my life to her. But whatever you do, I'll just be drowning myself anyway. So you won't be dirtying your hands. All you have to do is use the curse. My wish will be granted, and you'd be doing me a kindness. That's all there is to it. Just hold on a minute, okay? This is just... Mako Tsunami would be proud. You're fucking sick. The Tama tobacco is hidden beneath the floorboards of my house. She made us go out here for this! What the fuck? Somikawa-san, wait! She jumped! Oh, she's already gone. Will she come back if I just wait long enough? Damn it, what now? What do I do? Should I grant her her last wish? It's surely no worse than helplessly standing about as she drowns herself. Right, she was serious about this. She's been dreaming about mermaids ever since she was little. I know exactly how that feels. It may be a curse, but still, I will honor her wishes by unleashing the mermaid's power. It's how she wanted to go. I might be the only one who actually understands Somikawa-san's feelings. If I don't act now, it will be like denying her final hope and dream. Yeah, we do know like what happened to her by playing through the housewife route. She does end up a corpse. I didn't think it would happen like this. She's nowhere to be seen. Of course, she is an armor diver after all. It's too late to call for help. Would she even accept it? Help! Help! I don't want to do it. Alright, I guess there's only one choice. Ah! freaking hands on his head. Oh. Profile update. What? Complete all characters' profiles? No way. I have every character now? What the fuck? I just got that achievement. Yep, congrats. What the fuck? Yeah, really small cast. I thought I've only like met half the people. Her story is tragic, but ultimately I felt like it's a result of her being incredibly selfish and abandoning her family and sister. Azusa. We still don't know who they are or what they look like. I wonder if we will. After that. I've got the box! We managed to quietly retrieve the Tama tobacco from beneath the floor of Samakawa-san's house. All that was left to secure the dream of immortality. All that was left to secure the dream of immortality was to obtain mermaid flesh. Since Obae had already returned to Ryugu, we placed on our hopes on the last remaining one, Nagame. My Shinigami eye! Will I show my hearts in my box if I go to sleep now? Are you heading to bed? I feel like this is quite early for you, Chad, but good night if you are. But we had to act fast. Otherwise, Ikoma, or even those Paranormal Affairs Bureau psychics would get in our way. It might have been the after effects of using the curse, but I got sick the next day and had to spend a full day bedridden at the inn. How pathetic. Now night I got 6 a.m. shift? Jesus. Good luck. My shouting gun. There was like a thread a while ago, like basically pointing out how much of a fraud Kakashi is. Like how he loses like every fight, even though they keep hyping him up. Anyways, that's when I heard news that 2 female divers had gone missing near Toba. The fact I'd been involved in both incidents made me feel even worse. When Cersei heard the news, she just mumbled something with an unreadable expression on her face. I had no choice. There was simply no other way. Well, at least that's what I kept telling myself as I struggled to get out of bed. Call me the reverse sexy harem jutsu. I love like people pointed out like when Naruto does it, it's like all the same girl. But when he does the reverse sexy jutsu, it's like every single clone is a different guy. Yeah. He beat oh, I forgot her name. Kaguya? He beat Kaguya with it. Yeah. I love how, like, you can see, like, his standard for what he considers to be, like, a sexy guy, like, Sai is in there. Anyways. The next day, August 7th, we set out to gather more information on Nagame and the other mermaids. He's a straight Mushoshi, yeah, exactly. He's nuts. We traveled to Kamishima, the island where Somikawa Mare, or rather, Minakuchi Mare, used to live. It's interesting to let you play this out of order. Like, you could have done this one first and completely skip out on everything that happens in this one, where he like kills a person, technically. But anyways, since my model's dead, and I do have to get up early tomorrow, having I guess brunch or something at my sister's house, we'll call it here. And if I'm not knocked out from a food coma, we'll pick up where we left off. Yeah. Good night, everyone. If you're heading to bed, hope you have a great rest of your day. Let me find someone to raid, and we'll head out. Yeah. Yeah. Good night, Thunderhog. Let's see. Who's live right now? I was thinking about playing Mahjong solo yesterday, but probably for the best that I avoided it. I got away with it. I discovered that there's like a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh dolls. Thunderhawk, are you still here? Do you remember the game that Gage plays all the time? I was trying to look for that one, but I couldn't remember what it was called. Otherwise, it'll go. I'll ask you another time. Oh, this person's also playing Paranormasight. Alright. We can rate this person. Kainoka. They're like a giraffe VTuber of some sort. They're also playing Paranormasight. So it looks like they're a little bit behind where I am. So I won't get spoiled maybe if I like lurk a bit. But that's it for me. Like I said before, I would say eat with my family tomorrow, which means I'll probably be freaking tired afterwards, but I'll do my best and try and stream tomorrow, probably later night, like I usually do. But hope you guys have a great rest of your night. If I don't see you guys tomorrow, have a great rest of your week. It's Friday, so have a great rest of your weekend. If you guys enjoyed the stream, enjoyed what I do, I hope you guys enjoyed the movie. By the way, we watched Morbius earlier. If you guys enjoyed your time here, please consider subscribing. It really means a lot to me. It's the only way I make any sort of income, so I really appreciate it. Otherwise, I thank you guys for coming by, watching and lurking and hanging out. Thank you, No Name, for the raid as well. Good luck on your engage run. It sounds very hectic. But yeah, that's it for me. Good night, everybody. Bye bye.